everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is Lakate here with another Horse Life video. Excuse me for being on a little bit of a break as I haven't been posting as much, but I am back now because I decided why not just take a break, just, you know, for no reason whatsoever. But anyway, in today's video, we're gonna be actually discussing something that I want to discuss that is actually very important for the game. It is gonna probably change the game once it comes into the game. In today's video, we're actually gonna be talking about building. Building is a system that was kind of forgotten in Horse Life. It was added and then nothing else was really done with it. But in today's video, I'll be discussing what they're changing about that and what is going to be addition to the actual building itself. With that said though, let's go ahead and just get right into it. So as you probably know, building is pretty messed up, or I would say simple in the game. You just make a little place, and then once you do, you have your already built stuff, or you just make a new one and then you build again. The building is kind of funky too, because if you can see here, it kind of, oh well it did, but it kind of lags out a little bit, so it kind of needs a little bit of updating. It's kind of it needs a little bit of attention. And also another thing we need to look at is also we have like no new furniture, no new structures. Like there's not really anything new about this. It's basically everything that was added when building just got added into the game, but they are actually planning to fix this very soon. I think in the month of November we will actually be getting some stuff for the building. Before we get into what they're going to be adding, I'm going to show you guys a little sneak peek of what it possibly could be leading to for the building, as they did discuss this in one of their last Discord meetings. If we go all the way over here to the lobby, you can see we have a bunch of little garden little things that are just sitting here where the fountain used to be when a Halloween event was taking place, and you can't really do anything with them. You can just kind of walk on them and see their decoration, but I'm pretty sure this is a sneak peek or some sort of thing for the future updates when you evolve building. So if you see in the Discord, this is actually the update before last week's update. So this is when achievements actually was a thing, or like when it first came into the game. It said next week is the floor, so they're actually probably going to keep it pretty basic for the species release to give people a break. They said that with this in mind, they're designing a new farming feature right now where you can farm crops and get food for your horses. There will be more on this for next week. So during the editing of this video, I did actually see them post an update about the Flora horse and the new farming mechanic. In this video, when I was recording it, they did not update that, so I did think that the Flora horse was going to be released and then the farming would be released in another update, because the Flora horse is a pretty big deal as a new species. I didn't think there was going to be any new mechanics along with it, but they're going to be releasing the new farming mechanic, which I'll be going over in a second. So yeah, I just wanted to put that in there. So before I go on to anything else, they actually do have a new developer in, which I do know this person from previous projects, and they are amazing at modeling. So I kind of just wanted to show what they have in store for their first like task in the game, and they look really nice. I love those zippers on the plush horse. I also love these patterns right here. It's really cool. I don't know if this will be in the update with the Flora horse or if that's just like for reference of future stuff, but yeah, that is what we have for those things. But anyway, moving on to what I was going to talk about is the new Flora horse species. This is more so about the building right now, so I'm not going to go over too much about the Flora horse, but we will be going over the farming part because the farming is also going to be coming with the Flora horse this week. So with this farming that we're getting with the Flora horse, it's going to be a new farming mechanic that will start on this week. Within farming, you'll be able to plant, take care of, and harvest and upgrade also your seeds to their max usefulness. So this will be for all of the stuff you're farming. While you play the game, make sure you revisit your crops to get free food once crops are ready to harvest. Starting seeds will be apple seeds, flower seed, fruit seed, and crop seed. They're also running tests on the background to see how valuable it might be to allow players to tame all horses rather than locking the taming behind the quest. Instead, it would probably be the breeding behind the quest will be like limited. So what that means is instead of it being where the journal is required to actually tame any of the horses, instead it might be where you can only breed these horses once you complete this actual quest, which is pretty nice to hear, because I do like the fact that that could change to the breeding instead to make it easier for people to tame, but also need something like this to complete for the breeding. So yeah, here are the seeds for the farming. I'm really excited and happy at the fact that they're adding the farming this week, and it's funny that I was making a video previous to this being actually released. So I was making this video like 11 and it's posted like 2 hours after. So it's pretty exciting to hear that the farm is being brought to us this week. So we really don't have anything other than what they just said in that. There's nothing really else to show, but they did say something in the Discord that I'm gonna go over kind of with you guys as well. Now again, this is a idea. This is not really official. I mean, obviously they're going with the farming kind of look for the building and stuff, but this is not like an official thing, so things could change or things could get removed or added. But it's basically gonna be resembling the Dragon Adventures building, or we should say the plots that they have in Dragon Adventures. On your building, you will now be able to actually farm food for your horses, so you'll be able to grow them kind of like you do in Dragon Adventures. You'll also be able to process and cook food materials once that does actually happen. So maybe we'll be getting new food materials when this does come out where we can actually cook them. It would be pretty cool if there is certain foods that only can be cooked through the building, making it so people actually use the farming and the building of their structures to get those cool kind of foods, and maybe they would have like really big gestation times. Now that's my kind of idea of how that might work. Another big thing they mentioned about the building was the mailbox. You will be able to actually now place a mailbox when this update does come out. So say for example this was a mailbox, you'd be able to place a mailbox onto your build lot. Once you do that, people can actually go up to your mailbox, or they can go up to their own and kind of gift other players, or you can gift to other players as well any kind of prizes or anything like that. For example, if I was to click on this and it would be open, it would kind of say like, oh, this person gave you a gift. So this is going to be a major thing for people who like to do that type of stuff, as well as doing like giveaways and stuff that would make it a lot easier for you like content creators. So I think the mailbox is a pretty good idea where you guys will actually be able to go in and gift other players or receive gifts from other players. Now, not the official, I'm just kind of adding on to this idea. I'm kind of hoping that also with the mailboxes, you'll be able to view the past updates. So how you can go to the update log all the way in lobby, you can actually do that through the mailbox instead. I feel like that would be pretty simple, and also it's a little small thing that won't be like a major necessity, but it would be something that people can do to actually view the update log instead of going to the lobby. I think that would be actually very useful for people that want to do that in the lobby. The next thing is a pasture mechanic. This is basically where you'll be able to actually put your horses in and they can just free roam in the pasture. Not sure how this is going to work officially. They haven't really discussed anything about this pasture mechanic, which is also an idea by the way, so this could be added or removed. It's all kind of just like a little idea as they go through and kind of think about the farming mechanics and the new building system. I think it would be pretty cool is if this pasture mechanic was actually a storage thing. So for example, how we have in Dragon Adventures the stables, so you have extra space. It could kind of resemble that where you can actually put your horses in the pasture, and it kind of makes it so that they go away from your inventory. So for example, if I wanted to put fish in the pasture, then I would have 106 of the horses instead of 107, kind of making it as another additional storage place for people who struggle a lot with storage. It also make it so people use the mechanic of the pasture, and it would be pretty cool if other people can also see the pasture. Maybe it could be like a thing where people can showcase their horses that they're giving away or trading, and it could be a little place that they could showcase those horses if people are interested in looking at them. That would be pretty cool for the pasture mechanic, but that is just my idea to addition onto it. The last thing to add on to this building mechanic is the auto feeding trough. This is basically going to represent where your horses who are either in a cooldown from pregnancy or also just a cooldown if they are male, they can actually feed from these auto troughs, which will make their gestation time go down slow or faster. I don't know how this is going to work if you'll be able to turn it on and off. I think it would be pretty nice if they had the option to actually turn off and on the mechanic for the auto troughs if people don't want their horses to obviously eat the stuff in there. I think it would be pretty cool for that. It's also kind of like the farming system. You could just put all the stuff that you farm into those auto troughs, making it easier for you to breed your horses. It's going to be very useful for people who do a bunch of breeding projects, as I think this would help a lot, and you won't have to go back and forth constantly to feed all of your horses. It would be pretty cool is if they actually do it where if you are close to the building they can do that, or if it's just in the pasture. It would be pretty cool either way, but that is what we have so far for the building system. But to add on to this, I had another idea. Might be a stupid-ish idea, but I want to just add this in here just in case they do see this video that I kind of put something into their brains. It would be pretty cool is if there was a spot that you guys can build in the market realm. So for example, you can't build like near the stalls or anything, of course, but they can make like a little extra space in the market realm or the trade world. I can't remember what it's called now. But you could basically have a little spot where people can build their buildings, and then they can have little showcases of their buildings, or they could have, like I said with the pasture mechanic, they could show off horses they're trading or giving away, so then people can see what they look like up close in the pasture. I think this would be a little bit cool for people who like to spend a lot of their time in the trade world, as they could show off their buildings and also build in the trade world while waiting for people to buy from their stalls. It gives them a little bit more things to do in the trade world, and I think that'd be pretty cool is if there was a certain dedicated area for building only. I feel like that would be pretty nice and unique, although it might take up a lot of space, so that's something that I probably don't think would be added, but it's a good idea to just share my ideas anyway, just in case. With that said though, that's everything we have for the building system so far. I would go over everything that they've kind of talked about, but I wanted to do a video specifically on the building system because I feel like it deserves a bunch of attention, as it was added into the game and just kind of forgotten about. So I feel like it's a good thing to add a video just purely on the building system and how it's going to kind of be revamped, because I'm personally very excited that they're going to be doing something with the building system instead of having it just being left the way it is. It's going to be very useful to have these new systems in the building, so hopefully they are going to add most of the things they said they wanted to add. With that said though, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!